So I think ultimately Superman is a good man. He's at least a humble man who works tirelessly to make the world a better place. It doesn't matter if he's ending war or fighting hunger, he is always determined to use his superpowers for the greater good. But through all of his various adventures, one fact about Superman has always remained the same, and that is he works for free. So today we're going to talk about a funny moment in Superman's history when he was accepting payments for his good deeds and capitalizing on his powers for material gain. Actions which don't sound like Superman's normal mode of operations, but who knows? People change, right? People change, but not Superman. So obviously something must be wrong. This is the story of Superman's agent. The story starts off explaining that Superman has been getting tons of attention in the newspapers as of late, and this makes Clark Kent upset because Clark is the reporter specifically tasked with tracking down Superman's related events, and he has no idea how this is happening. But Clark doesn't have to wonder for very long, because when he arrives for work at the Daily Planet, Perry White introduces him to a man named Nick Williams, and this man claims to be Superman's personal agent. And I mean, Clark is understandably skeptical about this because he himself is secretly Superman and he knows damn well he doesn't have an agent. However, Nick Williams is happy to prove his claims by showing Clark the various marketing opportunities he's provided for Superman, including the official Superman radio show, costumes, fitness equipment, and even the Superman movie rights. And oh boy, does this piss Clark right off. So the idea here is simple. Nick offers to give the Daily Planet exclusive access to all of Superman's scoops in exchange for press coverage and increased sales. In order to accomplish this, he agrees to set up a meeting between Clark Kent and Superman. The irony here, obviously, the delicious irony, is that Nick Williams has no idea that Clark Kent and Superman are the same person. And Clark is curious enough to just go along with it and see how it plays out. So I also want to show this panel here of this young man who is eavesdropping on the conversation and then goes and relays this information back to Lois Lane. This is actually a young man, Jimmy Olsen, in his first unnamed appearance. He isn't referred to as Jimmy Olsen here because he wouldn't get the name until later, but it has since been retconned by comic historians such as myself that this is in fact the first appearance of Jimmy Olsen. So then after Jimmy snitches to Lois, she suddenly gets really interested in Clark Kent. And wouldn't you know it, she's finally found the strength to accept his offer to go out on a date. Of course, we all know what she really wants is her chance to get at that hunk Superman, because she's just too foolish to realize that they're the same person. Also, I want to point out this panel here where we get insight into what Lois and Clark are thinking during their interactions with each other. We can see that Lois is actually pretty arrogantly thinking that she has Clark wrapped around her finger, but we see that Clark is actually aware of this, and he's playing himself into her hand. And it's very interesting. I wonder how this is going to play out as the series goes on. It's probably with Lois getting kidnapped and Superman flying in to rescue her. That's how it always ends. So then Lois and Clark are on their date, and this singer takes the stage and starts to sing the official Superman song, which is a love song apparently. And we get an entire scene devoted to this woman singing out this song, these lyrics, as if it were a real song in real life, and the crowd is loving it. It's become very clear that Superman is a real crowd pleaser. Meanwhile, we learn the truth about Nick Williams' claims to Superman's fame. It turns out he has a phony Superman costume and he's hired an actor to play out the part in exchange for publicity. Of course this doesn't work because the actor, he doesn't have any of Superman's abilities, so instead they plan on using special effects to convince Clark that he is the real life Superman. However, this plan completely backfires when Lois feeds sleeping pills to Clark and abandons him as soon as he passes out. Her plan is to make it to the meeting before Clark even wakes up so she can meet with her hunk Superman and get the scoop. Little does she know that Clark's super metabolism won't allow him to be put to sleep by mere sleeping pills, so he springs into action and almost immediately chases after her. Lois arrives at the meeting and Nick does his best to impress her, but she's already met Superman before, several times in fact, and she can see right through their disguise. She immediately calls them out as a pair of fakers. This turns out to be a mistake, however, because in order to keep her quiet about the ordeal, they drag her over to a window and they toss her out to her death. Luckily, Superman was there to catch her before she fell. Now, he's pissed that these fakers have been using his name to make money, and he chases them down in order to get his revenge. The fakers try to hide themselves in an elevator shaft, but then Superman just rips open the door and pulls the elevator back upwards to catch them. And the phony Superman even tries to punch Clark in the face, but of course he only serves to hurt his own hand. Then the real deal Superman grabs the crooks as well as Lois Lane and leaps off into the night to serve his justice. The fakers have their day in court, and the phony Superman confesses to the crimes out of fear of the genuine article who's there, and Superman's agent gets sent to prison for a very long time. All is well that ends well, and a harsh lesson for anyone trying to capitalize on the good name of Superman. I loved this story when I first read it because I thought it was a genuinely novel idea. This is something that Golden Age Superman does really well that modern Superman kind of misses out on. He tackles these real world issues. In this case, he focuses on the beast that is marketing and how it sort of makes a mockery of these sacred ideas by selling them en masse. Like, imagine a benevolent creature such as Superman being used to sell products and make people rich. The idea is just terribly disgusting. But why? Why would Superman be against making a little money from his exploits? Well, the simple answer is because it takes away from the idea of what he's trying to accomplish. In the world of superheroes, intent is everything. It all starts with having a good heart and a strong moral compass. If Superman was only motivated to do good things in this world for the money, then would he even be doing much good at all? Why? Because the road to hell quite literally is paved with good intentions. Superman, above all other heroes with his godlike powers, could just as easily enslave the world to his false idol as well as he could save it with a fistful of cash. And so he chooses to be humble because he understands that the world has many problems in it, and almost none of them can be solved through fame and the acquisition of wealth. But that's just me. Anyway, that's it for this issue. If you liked reading this comic with me, you'd like to read more comics with me, why not like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you're feeling oh so generous, I do have a Patreon you can donate to. Until next time, nerds, stay heroic.